Google Pixel 8 Pro review, honest review here, because, I'm honestly going to tell you how I feel about this phone after using it all of a full day. Yeah, I know it's not the longest, but I want to give you an early review. I have to disclose hashtag Team Pixel. I'm a part of Team Pixel. They send this out as a hashtag gift from Google. So you guys can go ahead and know that right away, that I did not pay full cash for this. This is a gift from Google. So you can see right here, 6.7 inch, 128 gigabytes. This is the porcelain color. And you'll see hashtag Team Pixel right there. This is one of the more exciting Pixel products in a while. Now, I know it's pretty similar to the 7 Pro, but I definitely like the refinements here. So you can see the porcelain, not fully a white. It's more like an off-white or like a luxurious like white color. It's really beautiful. And here is the Google Pixel 8 Pro. Let's get a little bit closer in on that camera bar. So definitely setting themselves apart, letting you know with that camera bar, this is a Pixel product. Love it. Also, you'll see a new temperature sensor right there. We have our flash and we have a triple camera here, all really high megapixel counts. We'll talk about that later in the camera department. You'll see right here, curved edges. So very nice right there. On the right side, we do have ourselves a volume rocker and then a power button. At the bottom, you'll see USB-C, you'll see microphone hole and audio, and then you'll see right here, more curved edges right there. And overall, just a very nice product to hold in the hand, feels really smooth. Now, also the Google Pixel 8 Pro is also a flat screen now, so that's really nice. Although the bezels are not quite as thin as I would like to see Google improve on the bezels, make them a little thinner on the next model, because these are definitely noticeable. And with the Pixel 7 Pro, with the curved display, that's a little bit less noticeable. So definitely on something like the Pixel 7 Pro from last year, you would notice that less. So the next model, I would like to see just a little bit thinner bezels if possible. Now, Google also sent out the Google Pixel Watch 2 LTE. This is the porcelain band as well. And they also have that new beautiful blue color that came out. So if you want to get that color option, you get that as well. They also sent this big box right here that says the Google Pixel Collection. But I didn't want to show that box because you might have seen it already, but also I just want to get into the phone. You'll see we have a USB adapter here with USB-C. And then we do have this right here, USB-C to USB-C right here, cable in the box. But we do not have ourselves any, charger in here. There is a SIM card tool with some warranty information in here as well. And yes, I said SIM card tool because thank you, Google, for not making this eSIM only. One of the biggest complaints in the industry right now is for people who are using iPhones is that they don't want to upgrade some of their older iPhones simply because they don't want to deal with eSIM garbage. So that's definitely something I'm very appreciative that Google kept around here. And you'll see right here on the back, the G logo, really nice. We don't have none of that garbage can branding, those things, those regulatory brandings. It just says G right there. So it's a very clean, classy look, and it just fits really nice in the hand. Okay, so let's talk about the body and the build here. So the phone itself has a matte textured glass back. We do have, because of the flat design, it feels a little bit sharper on the corners than I'm used to with the older Pixel, 7 Pro, but it's not really an issue. I really do like the flat panel here. Again, I said the bezels could be reduced. They're not that thick, but they could definitely be reduced. This is a 20:9 aspect ratio, so it's not the widest phone out there. Competitors do have some wider phones, and even the last year's Pixel 7 Pro was a 19:9 aspect ratio, so that was a little bit wider. However, after using this for over 24 hours, I could tell you that it feels quite comfortable for one-handed use, even on a bigger phone. So it's definitely a more comfortable, larger 6.7 inch phone. Now, I'll also tell you that the weight of the Pixel 8 Pro is very good because the weight of this phone is actually lighter than the competing iPhone 15 Pro Max. So it is nice to hold. Definitely feels good in that respect. The phone also has something that I want to say is it feels worth its price. They went up to $999. That's like $100 more than last year, but they're still undercutting the Galaxy model and the iPhone model that competes with this phone. So it's still a good bargain, I would say, by comparison. Now, by comparison, you're going to get a 60 hertz iPhone, 15 Plus, with doesn't have a triple camera. So the Pixel 8 Pro is still a better deal, than the Galaxy and the iPhone, I would say. Definitely when it comes to the price point for what you're getting. So yeah, on the front we have Gorilla Glass Victus 2. This also does have IP68 dust and water resistance, so it's very good in that aspect as well. And the phone is only about 8.8 millimeters thick, although you will see the camera bar does stick off the back of the phone a little bit, and it's quite sharp right there, but you're not going to be doing this, are you? Kind of gives you a nice place to rest your finger though, right there. I kind of rest my finger like that when I'm holding the phone so I don't drop it. And I will tell you that the phone feels a little slippery. Honestly, it does, even though, you know, it's because of the back kind of curves over the edge right here. And this matte texture is kind of smooth. So it can feel a little slippery. I almost dropped it on concrete yesterday. So I'm waiting for my case to come in. So I definitely would slap a case on this phone for sure. Okay, so let's talk about the display. 6.7 inch, 20:9 aspect ratio, Super Actua display. Now, what this display marketing really means is that Google can hit well over 2300, and it's like 2400, 1600 HDR. The brightness is insanely good. Finally, on a Pixel, it's definitely better than years past. And one of the bigger complaints is that the Pixel was always dimmer, and they fixed that with the 7 Pro, but they're going to the next level here by making their phone potentially brighter than even some competitors out there. So definitely great decision by Google to up the display brightness. Now, you're only going to be able to take advantage of that brightness in some of the more sunlight environments. So like when sun comes out or when you're watching HDR content, but you have the ability to change between natural and adaptive. Also, I want to mention by default, this comes on the high resolution mode of the box. So if you're into pixel peeping and you want a sharper display, you'll want to tweak this down to the full resolution mode. That'll put you in the highest pixels per inch, in which the Google Pixel can provide you well over 460. It's like 480 something. So it's up there. It's higher than the competing 15 Pro Max. So that's really nice. Also, smooth display here and a screen protector mode. So if you have a screen protector, it'll still stay smooth. I will tell you the ability to have adaptive refresh between 1 to 120 hertz makes this much better than before. It's an LTPO display and it's buttery smooth. Definitely nice with the Google Tensor G3 in here. This phone is smooth. So if you're looking for a very buttery smooth experience, you'll really love the Google Pixel 8 Pro. It's going to be like the best Android phone out there for that smooth feel. Okay, so the software here. We do have Android 14 on board, the latest version of Android, and you know Pixels are always going to launch with the latest version. But I want to talk about the experience of it. It's more of a Google-fied experience. So there's no skin on top, but the pure Google experience, which I quite like. If you're into using Google services, this is the best phone, period. Like, it all just is like a seamless experience if you're using Google services. You don't have any skins on top. It's very clean, very simple, and I love that. So you'll definitely really enjoy this for that aspect. There's a lot of little things that Android 14 brings we're not going to cover in this video, but you'll definitely see that they're getting a little bit better with the, this stuff right here where you change the themed icons and stuff like that. It's not quite out of beta yet, but you can see some nice lock screen changes you can do right here. So definitely very customizable in that sense. And of course, being Android, you do have the ability to go ahead and download your own launchers. So let's go to more wallpapers here, and I'll go to minerals, and these are some of the newer ones here within the Pixel 8 Pro. And you'll see there's plenty of options to choose from. I'm going to stick with the one that's on there. And then you have up here this new AI wallpaper, probably made possible by Tensor G3, but you can see some nice wallpapers and themes. So really nice. I really love the wallpaper selection on Pixel. It's like the best out there. They always give you a ton of options. Compared to my iPhone, this is definitely a much better option in selections of wallpapers. And of course, there's some camera upgrades in here for sure, but it's just, again, it's a very simple, clean Google software. So 7 years of support, that's a big deal. And there's also a temperature thermometer. So we have the Pixel 7 Pro here. We'll go ahead and place this right here. We'll tap to measure. That's at about 83.8 right now. So yeah, kind of an unexpected feature, the ability to measure temperature. Pretty cool, I would say. That's a really unique feature. I don't know where that came from, like why they put that there, but it's it's cool that it's there. It's a cool new feature. So 7 years of update, clean, minimal Google experience with AI features, probably the smartest AI phone out here with Magic Eraser, Audio Magic Eraser, and Magic Editor within Photos, Bard on here. This is, if you're looking towards the future with AI, this is the best option out there, hands down. They're really pioneering this category with AI on the Google Pixel series. When it comes to security and privacy, Google is definitely looking out for you here. They have this security and privacy section, which will give you check marks to let you know if you got things handled or under control with the security. You have Titan M2 on here as well. So I definitely feel very safe using a Google Pixel. They really look out for the security and your privacy for sure. So that's a really big deal as well. And I know some people are going to say, well, they show me personalized ads and all that. You have control onto what you allow your phone to do. So you got to go in there and turn that stuff off if it annoys you. So that's really just your choice. But I'm saying from a pure hardware standpoint, they got the Titan M2 in there. So it's a very secure phone. Now, from a performance standpoint, we're looking at the Tensor G3 chip. That's a 4nm chip, but it's more designed to really push the AI experience. So Google Bard and the camera and stuff like that. I have noticed that over my past 24 hours that there has been a couple of apps that kind of acted wonky or a little bit weird, but no issues with speed. The phone is fast. I wouldn't say it's as fast as like, some of the competitors. It's not like they're not going for the fastest phone in the world. They're going for the experience of the smartest smartphone out there while still providing you plenty efficient performance. So it's not slow whatsoever. 12 gigs of RAM, 4nm G3. It's fast enough for almost anybody who's going to be using a smartphone daily. Definitely. So I don't have any issues with performance, regardless of the fact that this phone might not beat some of the best benchmarks out there. It's plenty fast. It's super quick, as a matter of fact. And, it's optimized well. Hardware and software controlled by Google gives you a very optimized Android experience. Really love this. Okay, so the cameras. Well, we have a main 50 megapixel camera, and we do have a 48 megapixel telephoto with a 48 megapixel ultra wide. Huge upgrade on that ultra wide camera. I gotta tell you, man, I tested this camera yesterday, and I'm gonna show you my samples in a minute. This camera has blown my mind. This is ridiculously good. So sharp, in fact, that I had to take a second peek at the photos. I'm like, are we serious right now, Google Pixel? This phone is insanely good in camera, especially on the zoom as well. Yeah, they can't go the 10 times optical like Samsung, but it doesn't matter because with the super zoom resolution, this phone, every type of photo you take was pretty darn sharp. Also, you can click this video button and you have slow motion, time lapse video. You can do night sight video as well on here. In addition, they have these pro controls now. So there's more pro controls than ever, on a Pixel device. You don't have to download extra cameras for more pro stuff. Pretty cool. Portrait, long exposures. You got action pan modes, night sight, of course, which is awesome. Panoramic. I mean, the list goes on. Then you go over here. Settings are right there in the camera. Pretty easy to use. You can switch to pro over here. You can go to the raw mode. You can put the 50 megapixel. I mean, nobody's messing with them with the camera game. This thing is strong, son. Like, really good. Like, if you're looking, like, I'm blown away, man. Like, the camera, it's the results. You're going to see in a second here. If I flip to the front-facing camera, this one, pretty good. In good light, very good. They backed it out on the 0.7x, so it's not super close to the face. I like that. And it's a pretty darn sharp 10.5 megapixel camera. Again, this is still not the highest out there. We can probably still see improvements to the front, but they are shutting it down when it comes to the camera game. Take a look at these photos and tell me you're not impressed. Here you go. Okay guys, so here's a quick look at the Google Pixel 8 Pro video. Not bad here. We also do have the ability to punch in 2x zoom. We can also go into a 5x zoom here, audio coming directly from the phone itself. You can see it took a second, but take a look at the quality. Very good details on the bricks. You can even read that sign over there. Let's punch it out into the 1x. Now you can also go into an ultra wide angle while in video. In addition, you can pause video so you can cut scenes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So you see how I paused that video and now we're looking at a different subject. Makes it very easy to go ahead and make a video without having to do too much editing post video. Pretty nice. You can see the fall foliage there. We're going to punch in again. You can see very stable too. I'm going to go ahead now and walk a little bit with the Google Pixel 8 Pro. You can see right there. Pretty decent. And that's going to give me a really nice shot. And I don't get a lot of shake here either on this phone. So pretty nice. So when it comes to the battery life, I'm impressed. This thing is an all-day phone, easily with a 5,050 milliamp hour battery. Easily, this phone is going to last all day and go into the next day for sure, especially if you're using it in the 1080p mode or the battery saver mode. And then you got that extreme battery saver if you're really a heavy user. I can tell you, I was using this thing on camera all day, not even close to getting low on battery. So this thing, if you're looking for a strong battery life phone, this is going to be one of the better Android picks out there for sure. Now, I did notice it warmed up during charging. I don't know if that's because I'm downloading all these new apps. I just got the phone. I'll have to report back on that later, but it did warm up a little bit. But this phone, man, it lasts. So really strong battery life. I can't give you the exact screen time, and that stuff is all objective to how you're using, or subjective to how you're using that phone. So it can change depending on how the usage is of it. But I can tell you, I'm confident to say that this phone is an all-day phone for sure. You also have battery share features here where you can, share that battery. You can also use the battery saver up here. Very simple and easy. It has fast wireless charging, fast charging as well, and a very nice USB-C Type 3.2 latest standards. Since we're talking about that, this also has Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.3. So we're looking at the best connectivity in the game right now. And the phone call quality was pretty solid. I do have pretty good bar strength. I am in Chicago, so it's a pretty big city. So I'm going to have better signal than some people probably in other areas. But I'm confident to say that this signal strength has been better than last year already. So that's a good thing for sure. And I want to talk about the in-display fingerprint sensor. It's also been reliable as long as you place your finger properly on there. It's been pretty good. So that's good. Now, we do have ourselves a face unlock as well, although that's not the most secure method. Keep that in mind. It does have like a raise to wake feature. I don't know if I have that on. Lift to check, I think it's called, right there. And, it has a landscape mode too. I didn't even talk about that in software. I can rotate this on the home screen. It might not turn. Yeah, it does. So I have a landscape mode. I have a split screen mode on here. And I just have a lot of little features that are just really enjoyable that I can't do on my iPhone, which I quite like on this phone. Okay, so within Google Photos, they also have this magic editor mode, which will kind of give you your own magic options to go ahead based on AI to kind of fix a background. Now, this was a really good photo, so I don't really need a lot of AI help because it was a sunny day, but it'll do that if you want to do that. So you can pick the areas and stuff like that. So that's some pretty insane stuff. AI wallpapers, AI, audio, erasing audio from a video, and then, changing out, pictures and stuff like that. In addition to that, live translate, better translating options. The camera can detect things and then tell you exactly about what you're taking a photo of. I mean, this is a smartphone. So $999, $1,000. There's trade-in values. There's incentives. Like you get Pixel Buds Pro if you buy one of these right now. There's going to be more deals as we go on. This is a great value. Once again, another great value smartphone. it feels the price. It feels premium. They didn't put together some cheapo phone. This definitely feels the price with the Google Pixel Buds, the tablet, the watch, which we can cover soon. So stay tuned if you want to see that. I might put this on the more Nick Ackerman channel, the Pixel Watch too. So be subscribed to my second channel. But definitely the ecosystem coming together quite nice, and just a very clean, simple Android phone with the best camera out there, I would say. Hands on an Android phone right now. And 7 years of software updates. Before we head up out of here, let me just compare it to some competitors here really quickly, show you what you get in here. So last year's Pixel 7 Pro, you can see the porcelain color, definitely not white, even though it might look white and you might think that's the white color. Nope, it's porcelain. It's a different color. Quite like it. The Galaxy S23 Ultra, definitely bulkier, not as comfortable to hold. So I prefer the Pixel 8 Pro here for holding it. And then, of course, it's probably most direct competitor, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Give me 1 second. I have the natural titanium of that one. So these are kind of close in color. Well, not really, but they're both the lighter color options. You'll see very close there, very close in comfort and size. So great option here by the Google Pixel team. Hashtag Team Pixel. Thanks for sending this out. This has been a really nice experience. And I think that if you're willing to switch to Pixel this year, you're definitely going to have a really, really solid smartphone here with smarts that are just unrivaled in the AI department from other phones. And a lot of phones just can't touch it in the camera. That's it for me. Google Pixel 8 Pro. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the review. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here. Be sure to be well. I'll catch you on the next episode. And peace.